Hi guys, if it's Wednesday, it's Percussion Wednesday. Okay guys, today we're going to do a real quick video, and what we're going to talk about is leather. I had several people ask me about my carry options and how I do in the field, etc. I've covered this in earlier videos, but I want to bring it back up now because so many people have asked about it. This was one of my first ones that I carried. Now this is a Civil War cap pouch. This is what the old musket caps went into for shooting the muskets of the Civil War era. This is heavy brown leather with that shield. This would be pre-Civil War, the shield type deal. And it has a inner flap right there that helps protect. And it's good stiff leather. And then in here I can put 10 total of these reloads. Now this is a Dixie tube, and this is fully loaded right now, and it's got powder, a 4.54 ball, and then in the end of it I have a Oxyo Wonder Wad stuff into it. All I have to do is just take my thumb and squeeze it, and that's going to pop out, pour the powder, drop in the wad, drop in the ball, ram it, and that's my cartridge that I'm loading and carrying in the field. Typically when I'm just out and I'm carrying it, I'm going to be carrying 2 full reloads plus the gun, which is usually, for this type of usage, hammer down on an empty. So I got 5 in the gun, 10 here, total of 15 rounds. That should handle anything but armed conflict with my gun when I'm out in the field. Now this will easily, small, compact, carry that much. But what if I want more? Okay, more is I'm going actively hunting. You and I are going on a camp out, and we're going to come to this area, and I want to be able to hunt with my cap and ball for pot meat and stuff like that. And I may need more than just 10 in, say, a 3, 4, 5, 7 day event. That's where we come to the bigger bags. This is a Civil War percussion combustible cartridge pouch. Bought from Dixie Gun Works. That one was got from Dixie Gun Works, and that was like 30-something bucks because of brown leather. This one I recently purchased, and it's $19.95 from Dixie Gun Works. This was to be carried on the belt, and the combustible cartridges were packets of 6 that slid into it, so it was 18 rounds in this. I'm not using that system. I'm using the Dixie tubes. I can get a whole lot more in here than that. But these were not used much during the war because they ran out of space on their belt. You had a gun, you had another gun, you had a saber, you had a knife. You just didn't have space for these. Most people end up carrying the extra rounds in their pocket or some other method. But that's what this was for. Now it's just a good leather pouch. It's got a lift off, and then inside I put all of my, as I drop something, I put all of my Dixie tubes. I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Probably 20 loads in here. 20 loads plus what I got on the handgun itself. That's more than enough for a week's worth of pot shooting. I carry on the top, I carry this little capper. Now this is also available from Dixie Gun Works. I think it's like $9, and it's called the field capper. You got to make a little modification to it. It's got this, notice that big wire loop. That's going to be your dead giveaway when you look at the picture, and it's short, just a couple of inches long. You slide this follower back, and when you do, on the back side there's a hole that opens up. What this spring is for is you push it back and you lock it over it, and now that hole is fully accessible, and you just drop your caps and then they slide down the tube. Okay, there's a spring tension there to keep it from coming out. On the other end is this metal spring. Now what happens is, if you look at the back of it, the back edge and this edge forms a angle. Okay, and it sticks up higher than this. I took a file and I filed mine down so it fits the opening on my cap and ball revolvers. Those two sides are simply too long. It's very soft, and so you can easily just take a file or some sandpaper and just start doing like that and do a couple of test fits, and you'll figure out pretty quick. You just take the two sides down and that point on the back down a little bit, and you get to where you can lock it in and cap with it. So it becomes a revolver capper. This holds 10 caps. 10 is quick access. I'll carry the 10 of caps in my pocket or something like that with a little tissue paper in it, keep it from rattling. And then therefore I can reload this. This is a quick 10. I shoot at the bunny, I pull out one of these, I cap, and I'm back in the field. So that's 10 bunnies before I got to reload this. But that's a quick, easy to do on here. You also notice in this, there is an inner, so that lip, and there's a back lip. There's two other pieces of leather that kind of squeeze together like a spring tension to keep the combustible cartridges loose. It means there's a pocket back here to the back and a pocket to the front where you can carry your capper if you want to, or where you can also take and put your cleaning patches pre-lubed up. You know, one was lubed up with boar butter, and the other one simply dry, and then a couple of those pipe cleaners stuck down there to help clean around the nipples and stuff like that. In the field, when I'm cleaning, I don't carry a cleaning rod. I've done a video on this of cleaning in the field. And if you look back to my Percussion Revolver series, you're going to find a video of me cleaning a gun in the field with just one of these little kits. Because I normally find a straight stick long enough to just wad it up and push it through the bore and do a little water cleaning and be able to clean in the field, with the addition of pre-greased and dry patches and that pipe cleaner to get around the nipples and stuff like that. I can do my field cleaning with that. So this piece of leather right here would be like a full expedition's worth, a full hunt worth of shots for me. Now that's 44 caliber. This one I did not get from Dixie Gun Works. I got it off of Amazon, I believe, and it's a company called What Price Glory, and they make reproductions. And this is a reproduction of a Civil War Navy pouch, same idea as that other one. And I carry my 36 in here and my 44 in there. And this is again a hunting pouch. Okay. The advantage to this little pouch is when you open it up, it has the internal flap. It also has another pouch on the front, and this pouch is used to carry a tin of caps. You can also, what I do with this one, I carry the cleaning equipment in this one instead of between the layers like that one. And I've also got one of those little cappers in here, which gives me the ability to have 10 or 15 shots extra right here. Okay. Now, holsters. I'm having a custom holster made up for my Colt 51 Navy. But for many years I've used whatever leather holster that just simply fit. And I had some people ask me about what was my opinion on holsters. Now, this is the Civil War type holster. You can get these for $19 from Dixie Gun Works. It's a decent piece of leather. Not super high quality, but it's more than adequate for field use. You can get it where it's an open end or sewn closed end. Okay. Now, the original Civil War design was the gun was wore on the hip with the butt facing forward because you had a saber. Okay. We don't have to do that. You can get it where it's a standard right hand, like this one's a standard right hand. So I put it on my right hip and be able to pull it. It's simply a full flap holster to protect your gun. Now it's a very good rugged way to carry the gun for protection. It's not a fast draw by anybody's standards, but it's a good way to carry it in the field where rain, etc. As long as I keep this leather really well treated, it's going to sheet off of their water, and it's going to keep my revolver safe in relatively good rain. There's no way for water to actually get to the revolver and spoil my charges. This is a real advantage, especially when you put something like Snow Seal or something to waterproof the leather. This is a really good way to go. Now, a lot of these holsters were purchased back in the day, and then this flap would be removed and it turned it into a straight Slim Jim holster, you see. And then just simply this flap was cut to become the safety strap. So this is where your cowboy holster came from out of the Civil War. Now you can get 1860 fits in this, the 1851, the 1861, and some of these will fit Remingtons, although I believe that Dixie has one separately for the Remingtons because the Remington's a little bit broader. Okay? And finally, we come to the pretty. I was recently looking, and this is in May of 2020. I was looking in the Sportsman's Guide, and they had a replica holster for a 1917 Smith & Wesson. That's a World War I Smith & Wesson. It was a big frame revolver that loaded up 45 ACP. And I got looking at that and I went, you know, that fits the Sheriff's model Remington perfectly. Look at that. Good piece of leather, US marked. Got the little ties on it. Got the braided leather that's supposed to be for a leg tie, which, you know, can be there or not. But that's the full Sheriff's model 5-inch Remington 44 in that. And that's a full flap holster on it. I like this. Good leather, smells good, nice embossed, nice big loop to fit any kind of work belt or whatever, and that's something else. For us doing bushcraft and woodscraft, I recommend you get something that's got a big belt loop on it, because with a belt loop like this, I can wear it. And notice how that's holding its level. See how it's raked? Almost like a 45 FBI cant on it. It would fit well on my right hip. I could also wear it cross draw because of that big loop and have enough room to kind of cock it a little bit however I'm wearing it. Some of the guns are going to come with too small, the holsters come with too small a loop. Be kind of mindful of that when you're looking at it, because if it's too small, it's going to fit just a regular belt, you know, your waist belt. At the time of the Civil War, people didn't wear waist belts. That was invented in like 1900. They went to wearing waist belts. It was suspenders back in them days. And that's the reason when you see the reference of shooting at the belt buckle, they meant the big sword belt or the belt going across their chest this way. They weren't talking about a waist belt like we wear today. They wouldn't even have recognized a waist belt. It's a relatively new invention. 1900 is where people started wearing a waist belt instead of suspenders. So these guns, holsters, hopefully, come with something big enough to put on a big utility belt. A big belt that I'm going to put my kukri on and stuff like that. I want a utility belt, and I want a big enough holster to fit that. Because if this is a itty bitty dinky, you know, 2-inch belt loop or 1-inch belt loop, it ain't going to fit a big 3-inch wide or 4-inch, you know, big utility holster belt. You know what I'm saying? So, in conclusion, leather. I like leather. I believe in these old guns, and I like the way that they look and the way they feel in leather and how they perform in leather. Yes, I know modern stuff may be better in many ways, but it just don't have the, you know, the style, I guess you'd call it. If I'm going to go hard enough to carry a old-fashioned percussion revolver in the field today, I don't want to put it in modern kydex. You know, it's like stained glass in an outhouse. It just don't go together to me. Hope this gives you some ideas, guys. Please leave some questions and comments down there. And as always, thank you very much for supporting my channel. Till next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.